Hello and welcome to Bring It On Books for January 2015. It is a new year, which means more series to be read and devoured and books that I'm really excited for coming out, and there's two in particular, and yes, so let's begin. There are 7 books that I'm looking forward to coming out this month, and so they're just patiently waiting for me and saying, Paige, read me, and I'll be like, shh. One at a time. Also, before I continue, all the links to the books will be down below in the About section, all the Goodread links. We'll just begin with book number 1, which is one of my favorite book series, and I'm super excited to start off January 2015 with this book, and that is Ensnared by A.G. Howard. It is the 3rd book of the Splintered series, and it's the final book of the series, and I'm really excited to read it, and I think I just spit in your general direction. I am so sorry. What Splintered the series is, in general, is a modern day take on Alice in Wonderland. You have the main character, Allison, I think is her name. Let me double check. Nope, false. It's Alyssa. And so Alyssa, her great-grandmother or whatever was Alice, and ever since then there's been a curse on the family on the woman's side of all of them going crazy, and her mother's crazy, and all shiz goes down, and she enters Wonderland. I highly recommend this series very, very much. A.G. Howard, go check it out. The next book also comes out on January 6th, and it is also the 3rd book of a series, and it is Dead of Winter, which is the 3rd and final book to the Arcana Chronicles. So maybe it's not the final book. I don't know. I've never read this series. But basically, the first book is called The Poison Princess, and what it is, I guess, is the main character starts having apocalyptic visions of the future, and I don't really know much other than that. The next book comes out on January 13th, and that is The Darkest Part of the Forest by the lovely Miss Holly Black. And basically it's a town where fae and humans live side by side, and it's become kind of like a tourist attraction. In like the woods there is this coffin, glass coffin, and a guy lying in it and has horns and stuff like that, and I guess he awakens, and I don't know, I like Holly Black, I like her work, so I am really excited for this, and I think it's a standalone book. The next book is also a book that I'm super looking forward to. Like, if I only had to read 2 books this month, it would be Ensnared, the first book I talked about, and then it would be this, which is A Cold Legacy by Megan Shepherd, and it is the 3rd and final book of the series of the Madman's Daughter series. The first book, A Madman's Daughter, they all kind of take on some twisted tale. It follows the same characters, but the first book was something about like the something island of Dr. Moreau, and then the second book was Jekyll and Hyde, and then I would say the theme of the 3rd book, but I almost feel like it would give the 2nd book away, so I'm not going to say. But they're very creepy and cool at the same time, and the descriptions are just like, again, like creepy and cool, but at the same time you're like, oh my god, this is beautiful, give me more. Go check it out. If I had to recommend 2 books this month, it would be those 2 books that I just said, so do it now. Okay, thanks. The next book also comes out on the 27th, and it is The Zodiac Legacy by Stan Lee. I've never read a comic book, I've never read a manga, I've never read any type of book where it has pictures in a majority of it, and so I kinda want to set that up as not like a challenge, but as something that's just kind of fun. So we'll see, we'll see. The next book, also on the 27th, is The Mime Order, which is the 2nd book to the Bone season by Samantha Shannon. I haven't read the Bone season, but I've heard great things about it, and it also doesn't help that the main character's name is Paige. You don't get that very often in a book, so I'm excited to read. I think it'll be weird reading a book with like the main character's name is Paige. That will be interesting. So from what I could gather about the Bone season, the main character Paige, it's in like the future, is very futuristic, and she is captured by the enemy of some sorts. I don't even really know what enemy, but she's captured by an enemy, and I guess if I read it correctly, she is assigned to be part of the enemy's army. I've heard great things about it. The main character's name is Paige. After that I was sold, but the premise sounds like a great kind of fantasy type-esque adventure. The last book for January, again, comes out on the 27th, and that is Take Me With You, which is the second book to the Take Me For Granted series, and it's a contemporary book. So basically, of course, you have the guy who's misunderstood and the bad guy. You have the girl who's the perfect girl, and they find love in a hopeless place. I don't read a lot of contemporary, so I feel like that might be one of my goals this year, is to pick up a couple fantasy contemporary books, just to branch out a little bit. So that is all the books that I have for January. If you guys have any books that you're looking forward to that I did not mention, let me know down below in the About section. If you like my videos, please subscribe to my channel. Also, make sure you like it, because then I can know if I'm doing kind of okay, right? So, subscribe to my channel, like it if you like this video, and you can also follow me on Tumblr, Goodreads, and Twitter. Wow, that took a lot of brain power to think about where you could follow me on. So you can follow me on those social media sites, and until next time, bye! Where we go back in time in Paige's reading career and we take a trip down memory book lane. This tag is called